What needs to happen for the peso to recover, John?
Well, for the peso to recover, since, again, I have to emphasize this one, that what's going on with the peso right now, the depreciation, is not really a speculative attack. It is actually emanating from an external shock, which is not within our control. So the Middle East conflict, it has actually pushed these oil prices. So once the situation improves, then we should be able to see some improvements in oil prices and also in our exchange rate.
So the weakness of the peso right now is due to certain factors, but do you see it returning back to its 55, 56 level?
Well, at this point in time, there is still runway for the peso to go back, and especially when the situation improves. And second, when the BSP also intervenes to manage the effects of this depreciation on both importers and exporters. Again, BSP is in a tough balancing act
that's right.
of putting the welfare of importers, OFW dependent households, and exporters, so that after this Middle East conflict, then economic intervention within our control might be able to put back the exchange rate to the 50s level.
That's what I wanted to ask you, intervention, economic intervention within our control. If we do that, pero hindi mag-improve yung situation sa Iran, let's say it drags on until the end of the year, what happens to the peso now? What happens to inflation? What happens to our GDP?
Well, I would like to echo the pronouncement of BSP that managing the exchange rate, they're not anymore very particular about a specific level, but they are now trying to manage excessive volatility. And if the conflict in the Middle East would extend, then we would have to continuously manage the exchange rate through our monetary policy intervention and be prepared with our contingency policies, our reserves, just to be able to manage this excessive volatility.
Yeah, well, perhaps you can tell us also if the BSP or Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas is doing enough on this.
At this point.
At this point.
Well, at this point, the policy lever that the BSP is doing may be enough, but then as what has been mentioned earlier, it has to be a full support also by policies coming from the fiscal sector, not necessarily to manage the exchange rate, but also to manage our inflation, which is a consequence of this currency depreciation.
Pero Bangko Sentral could have not prevented this.
They can only manage. They can only manage.
Right, right.
So anong magiging impact nito sa, well, of course, we're taking a look at other issues na pwedeng tumaas, like interest rates. Do we see interest rates going up based sa forecast nyo?
Well, the interest rates, we're seeing that the BSP might be able to keep rates in the next monetary board meeting. It's because inflation has already seen an increase, a spike in recent months, and with the currency depreciation, we will now experience what we call imported inflation, because the Philippines is an import-dependent economy. So much of the goods that we would be importing now would tend to be more expensive, thereby will reflect to a higher inflation in the succeeding months. And with that, it would be prudent for the BSP to keep interest rates so as also to manage the demand side of the economy.
Well, with all of this that are happening right now, does this show you talaga that our economy is purely focused talaga on importation, kaya nangyayari to?
Well, bulk of the trade sector is through the importables.
Yes.
So while the currency depreciation may benefit our exporting sector, it is not as much as how we import. So the net effect would still have to be through imports, and we will experience this imported inflation because of the depreciation.